welcome to the Real Deal Show. My name is Asbeta Adhiambo. This show basically contains 4 segments or 4 episodes, which are politics, business, technology, and entertainment. Each episode contains a hyperlocal report, background report, and interview. You will vote in for your best hyperlocal reporter, and in the end, we will be rewarding the best reporter. Our first episode will be having the entertainment segment. I hope you enjoy.
Music industry in Kenya is coming down and shocking its audience after every release, especially in the gospel industry. Is it that the motivation is lost after a few days, or they practically think they have accomplished their mission? Music is one of the things that soothes the soul in times of tension. If it has the right content, the better for its audience. This has been distorted of late. Good content is the key to good music.
The industry is lost, especially the artists, with the kind of songs they are singing. They're a bit controversial, and they keep saying that the songs that they are writing, they want the youth to relate to them, but I don't think it fits logic. We need to go back to the traditional way of preaching the gospel.
I feel like the gospel industry has grown from what it used to be earlier on, but in the same growth, I feel like there's some bit of deviation in that there is a very thin line between gospel music and secular music because of the trend of some gospel musicians singing purported gospel music.
I think today we still have good gospel musicians who actually focus on the word, and like their main aim is to spread Christ through everyone, the youth and everyone at large. Like for example, Kile Takatifu, I love their music. So yeah, we still have good people, good gospel musicians.
Time has changed, hence the music. Let's hear from the music gurus.
Yes, the condition of the gospel music in the country is good because we have gospel artists cutting across different ages. The older artists, to me, seem to go for content, but the younger generation, looking at it from the worldview of the older generation, of some of us who are consumers, the content has issues. We need to go more for content, and we need to also moderate on the volumes. The sound can be very high.
Well, there's a reason they say music is food to the soul. Nolins Korir, reporting for the Real Deal Show.
So hi everyone, I'm Nimonjeri and I'm at Daystar University, and as you can see, people are coming from class. Just see them, they're just relaxing everywhere. So, and there's this topic that has been on my mind of late, and I'm thinking, do you think that the gospel industry in Kenya is deducting in terms of content? Do you think that those people have content? And so I'm going to talk to one of the ladies who is seated here, and let's see her opinion, because for me, I don't think the young gospel artists have content. As in, for me, I just think they do anything that comes to mind, like the latest song by Willie Paul, which is Tigawana. I mean, what is Tigawana? That is just, I don't think it's content, and I don't think it's gospel, but let's hear what people had to say. Just give us your opinion about, do you think the gospel industry, those people have content?
Yeah, for me, I think they got content, yeah, but basically I think they just want money.
So, for her, she thinks that they have content and they're just looking for money, which I think adds up to my point. They don't have content, they're just looking for money and looking for things that will interest people and not interest God, which will be the main point of gospel. So I'm seeing another person here, let us ask them their opinion. So hi, do you think that Kenyan gospel has content?
Yes.
Yes. Why yes?
Oh my gosh.
Well, she freaked out. I don't know why. I don't know what to tell her. Let us talk to some people who are just seated here and let's hear their opinions. So tell us, do you think that the gospel industry has content? The gospel artists?
Ovyo, hawana content.
What did you
Bure
say?
kabisa, ovyo.
And you?
Hawana.
They just proved my point. They agree with me. Hawana content, wanatafuta tu pesa, and there's nothing they really have to tell us, or rather, they're telling God.
Thank you so much for watching the first episode of The Real Deal Show. My name is Asbeta Adhiambo. On to our next episode is the business episode. We'll be talking about a lot of things about business, and I hope you stay tuned. Continue voting for your best hyper-local reporter and do not touch that dial.
Style and fashion has grown tremendously over the recent past, specifically the tailoring market, which has received an increase in the number of fabrics and the methods of dressmaking. Let's have a look at what a few individuals had to say.
Customer loyalty is important for businesses, and the only way to achieve customer loyalty in a business is by being honest. Honesty and being loyal and keeping deadlines, it just helps your customers come to you more often or rely on you more often. So for every business, there needs to be several things that work as principles or guidelines to run your business. Honesty should be on the top list. And then also, you're supposed to avoid disappointing your customers. So if you wrong them today, it's only kind for you not to wrong them the next time. But if you do wrong things every now and then it makes your customer withdraw from you and lose trust. Then in that way they go spreading word that this specific fundi or this specific business or shop does things like they're not reliable, so that you end up losing customers in the long run.
There is a lot of pressure when it comes to the tailoring business, and most of the customers complain about not being satisfied by the services offered. What exactly happens to these businessmen and women who stop obeying the customers' boundaries? Let's hear from the experts.
My name is Faith Hyuhu. I am an accountant at Marat. And basically, honesty is one thing that should stand out in any business, and the importance of honesty. And I will give an example that most of us come to, we have all experienced this at one time of our lives, especially when we go to fundis who are making our clothes, and we are supposed to go for those clothes at a certain date, but most of them do not keep their word. And so when you go there, and you find that the dress that you wanted or the trouser that you wanted for work is not there, you get disappointed. And the moment that happens, you lose your customer as the person who is in charge of that business. That fundi, as much as it's a small business, a big business, honesty is important because you retain your customers. It makes your customers have trust in you. They can depend on you. It's dependability, you are reliable when you have honesty in a business.
Reporting for The Real Deal Show, my name is Ann Kibe.
You are still watching The Real Deal Show with me, Asbeta Adhiambo. I hope that you're liking the topics that we have in our various segments. So our third episode is politics, and we'll be talking about politics in Daystar University campus. Stay tuned.
Student leadership has grown in so many institutions over the recent past years. What exactly motivates them? Is it the fame, need to serve, or is it just a stepping stone to bigger opportunities?
Some of them want to serve, some of them do it for fame, because now everyone in the whole school knows you and you have respect and people will stop you to say hi. Others do it, I'm forgetting the third. But then the interesting thing is there are people who are already serving the student government, and they're actually the students, and they're not in student government. That's the interesting thing about that. Do the leaders accomplish what they want or what they promised? A lot of times they don't.
Most of them, it's all about fame, and also probably the good is offered probably by Daystar.
In my opinion, I think most of them are just training to be politicians. They don't want to prove anything, but just want to be in power.
Let's find out what the experts think about student leadership in Daystar University.
It depends with who wants to be a student leader where. My inspiration was mostly to be able to offer solutions to issues facing students, find better ways to represent them, I don't know, I can't talk on behalf of other people who do this, but I have learned over a duration of time that there is that understanding that it might lead to something else, like leadership in the country in the future, which I also look up to. It's a way to gain experience towards getting that done. To other people, especially my counterparts in public universities who I've met in the last 2 years, some of them believe it's a chance to make a living out of becoming a student leader. Society plays a big role in helping identify the purpose of a leader. So before we even blame a leader for being there or for acting in a certain manner, the biggest question we should ask ourselves is, how does society behave towards bringing that leader up?
Leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that impact lasts in your absence. True leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. The task of the leader is to get his people from where they are to where they have not been. This is what all leaders should strive to achieve in their terms in office.
The very essence of leadership is that you have a vision. You articulate clearly and forcefully on every occasion. My name is Fatma Sago, reporting for The Real Deal Show.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another segment of the Politics episode. And today we have with us Nancy Washeke, who has been a leader at the DUSA, Daystar University Students Association Committee. And welcome, Nancy. How has your term been?
It has been good. I can say 90% of it was enjoyable, and I loved being in that position.
So were you having any leadership positions elsewhere before that?
Yes. In my primary school, in class 8 and 7, I was the class prefect. In high school, from 4 and 3, I was the class prefect.
What really motivated you to take a leadership post that is so high in the university?
I believe in myself. It's not about the position, but your abilities. Yeah, maybe. And then it's not good. I needed to maximally exercise my leadership skills, so I needed to go for them.
Okay. So you had a manifesto when you were getting in office. Do you feel like you have fulfilled what you promised in the manifesto?
Yes. I've fulfilled most part of it. The ones that I was unable to fulfill is because it didn't depend on me only. It also depended on the student.
You know, you were the one who was supposed to gear the fulfilling of the manifesto.
But sometimes when you need the students, like what I'm talking about is inviting students to come and join the school committees. I wanted to form school committees so that the president of each committee will be the one who is sharing student issues to their dean and HOD, and then I can work with the school presidents and vice chairs and treasurers within my docket.
Okay, so can you rate your fame before and after being in DUSA?
Personally, my personality, I don't like to be
known.
No, not known. I like to be known, but not out there. But I can say it has increased. People know me.
That you went to DUSA so that you could get the fame, maybe?
No, that's why the question was so hard for me to answer. I'm not a fame person. I like being working and not showing off. Yeah, I'm not a showing off kind of person. Yeah.
So, when you get into DUSA, most leaders, when they get into DUSA, we no longer get their manifestos. We cannot find their manifestos totally. So why would that happen?
Yeah, but I've had mine in WhatsApp. If anybody wanted my manifesto, please just send it to them. I actually have mine too.
Are you really sorry for not fulfilling the promises you made in your manifesto?
I don't feel bad because whatever I wanted to do, it involved the student, it involved the administration. No, if the student didn't turn out to come and occupy these committees, I think I did my part.
You did your part, but you were supposed to force the part that is missing out right now.
Okay, I talked to the students, I asked them, even I went to personal individuals, please come and be part of this committee, and I told them the importance. I went to the deans and the HODs, they approved it, but now the problem came with finding students not to fill those gaps, those positions.
Can I maybe say that you are not vocal enough? Because I would say that most students maybe didn't get the chance to participate in whatever you wanted.
I used all the channels of communication that are mostly used in Eastern. I used email. I sent so many emails. I sent WhatsApp messages. I used my committee to communicate to the students. I even went mouth to mouth, face to face communication, and they still did turn out.
Tell us why you got to vie for the seat in the second round when other people had already submitted their applications.
For the second nomination.
Yeah.
I wanted a confirmation that this was it.
So you were not sure about it?
I had not confirmed. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for showing up for the interview.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. On to our last episode. This will be about technology, and I know that I believe that technology is affecting a lot of people, especially the youth. Stay tuned.
It has become appallingly obvious that technology has exceeded our humanity. It is not that we use technology, but live technology. How then can we use technology and help the youth move from the addiction they are now in to positive use?
I think the best way we can do this is to make sure that parents are alerted earlier, and also the government should also be alert by telling the parents what they should do with their children, because you find that the age below 18, these are the people using social media a lot, and this is what we should include it in our constitution, so that after 18 years maybe this is the time we can give these people, because they are now responsible, so the addiction can go down. But this moment it is a collective thing. Both parents and the government should do something.
The real problem is not whether machines think, but whether men think. Let's now take a look at what the experts have to say.
First of all, social media can be stopped in a way that it should introduce things that can entice them more than social media. That means they should, first of all, as Christians, they involved in Christian meetings and church issues can make them sway them from social media. I think, to me, social media is something that has been abused by the youth, and they think that it is the only way to go. But to me, I think social media shouldn't be encouraged so much. The right replacement for social media is youth meetings, social gatherings that can be of help to them. I think that is like Christian appreciation seminars.
Technology should improve your life and not become your life. Pauline Samba for The Real Deal Show.
Today on the show we have an amazing lady who works at Shine FM as the head of social media accounts, or probably the online marketing. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming to the show. What exactly does the job entail?
Social media, being the head of social media, it entails me being in charge of like all the social media platforms in Shine FM. That's the Facebook, the social media platforms, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram account, and even the website. So it's all about managing those accounts, making sure that they're running every now and then, and making sure that whatever has been posted there is in accordance to what the radio station stands for.
Okay. So social media is very deceiving at times. How credible is the sources you use? What sources do you use?
The sources that we use for our post, they're majorly because it's a gospel radio station. Then the post that you have to put on the social media, they have to have like a background of biblical facts. And also also the sources that we use, they're the news, the happenings, what is happening in the country, what is happening worldwide, even internally here in Daystar University. We come up. That's why we come up with posts. And also we have memes that are educative, memes that are Christian based. So basically I would say, but the major thing is that the posts are Christian based.
Social media is relatively easy to manage, being for kids and grown-ups. Why do you need management?
you need to manage the social media, because first, it's not that you have that it's not about not even trusting the employees. It's about even what people tag you in social media. The people who can tag you things that you do not subscribe to. So you'll have to keep checking so that those things you can untag yourself, or rather you can repost them if they really do talk about what you subscribe to. And then also the fact that social media has to have management, it's because you have to keep in to make sure that it's running every now and then, because if it's not running and you see, like for example, Shine is a radio station, then that means that communication is not being brought out there as it's supposed to be brought out there. So that's why it needs management, so that you can have the right information there, you can have the right people who are tagging you things, because especially when it's a media entity, people will tag you in things, and then if you do not notice that you've been tagged in such things, you might start destroying your reputation out there. So that's why you need management, and also to make sure that it's running every now and then, and there are people who even go there to ask questions, so that you make sure they are being answered and they're being advised on what you do and what they want to know about the station.
So I understand that for Shine, you don't get a chance to go out and look for news yourself. Where exactly do you get the news the news stories that you post from? Do you copy paste them from other people?
Not really. Do not copy paste. By the way, if there is one good thing I know about our country, Kenya, for example, is that news that happen, they are not just news. People always have a way to pass them. A word of mouth, the internet is there. So you don't really do copy paste. News gets to us. So we use internet. We have even people who can call and say this is happening in such kind of a place. For example, if an accident can happen on Mombasa Road, we have students who would call and say this is happening. And so all you need to do is just a backup check and confirm that this is happening, and then we air it.
Okay. So with all this social media being online marketing for Shine FM, it has not yet gotten out to the audience outside. Why is it that way when Shine FM is being marketed everywhere online?
Because it's being marketed, yes, and because it's a school-based radio station, sometimes you find it hard to put it out there, although it's a work in progress. We are really working hard for that. And then you find that the people who come, they really want to listen to the mainstream radio. Where people want to hear about so and so, and then the benefits, the fact that the mainstream radios, they have the benefits, like you call and you're given credit and something, because Shine is something that is school-based and is still growing. You find that the listenership is not that much. But then it's a work in progress, as I have said, because I've started approaching some of these things that can make it that are going to make us be heard even by our own students. We can be embraced by our own students and then be embraced out there, because it has to start from within.
So does it mean that the social media or online marketing at Shine FM does not work?
Not really. They do work. Those people do work. But then you see, if people do work, but then the message is not gotten out there, it's because maybe people have not really embraced it, because there is this monotony, especially where people want only to subscribe to the radio stations that are renowned. Because when you're having a conversation, people will be saying, did you listen to this station? Did you listen to Hope? Did you listen to Truth FM? Such radio stations. That's what people are talking about. So you find that people want to subscribe to these mainstream radio stations than Shine FM. But then, as I said earlier, it's a work in progress, and I'm hopeful, and I'm sure that it's going to be out there.
So being in Shine FM, there are a lot of people who run the accounts, not just you. It's like everyone handles the accounts. So how do you control the information that is posted in the account?
It's not everyone really who does handle the account. There are people who are in charge. I oversee it, because I have to write reports to a person who's just above me. So there are people, there's one who's in charge of Facebook, in charge of Twitter, in charge of Instagram, and in charge of the website. So these are the people who keep monitoring. They monitor the concentration of which social platform that they are on, and then they keep monitoring it. The people who are there, the only thing that the people have access to, especially the Shine staff, it's the Twitter handle and the Facebook handle, because that's where they can be able to manage to share their show's views. They can say this is the question of the day and share the topic of the day, but they don't really post anything. Any other thing is posted by now the people who are in charge of those accounts.
Thank you so much, Jim, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Hi guys, my name is Sylvian Juma and I'm reporting for The Real Deal Show, and we are going to take interview shots on how the social media is affecting the youth and some of the solutions that we can look into. And first off, we have a couple of students here. Kindly introduce yourself and tell us how the social media is affecting the youth and some of the solutions I think we can have.
I'm Josh Oluaga, and I think the social media has affected the youths both positively and negatively, in that through the social media they can engage in some activities that they may find job opportunities in them, and also they've engaged in so many bad things like watching pornography. So
Would you say something has affected you in social media? How did you deal with it?
Me?
Yes.
I haven't been affected that much, just by just one incident of relationship things.
Relationship.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you. And that was one of the students in at the River Campus. Now to onset our other friend. Yes. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
So we're doing an interview, the Real Deal Show, on social media. How has it affected the youth and some of the solutions you think we can have?
So it has affected the youth, social media.
Yes.
It has affected the youth in many different ways. In this perspective of some are able to be educated in their life aspects, and the bad ways it has affected people that some people are influenced to do as what they see in the social media, which is some bad vices, so they copy and tend to copy them, which affects them badly.
Yes, thank you. Would you say you personally have been affected one way or the other? And maybe how did you deal with it?
I've been affected, but in the bad ways I always try and avoid to do the wrong things, but copy the good things that are there.
Okay, thank you. So that was also one of our students here at East University. Yes. On to our next interview. Yes. Sign next. Loga natafuta msichana bwana. Hawezi kwa nyote tu wanaume kwa hii video. Yes, and on to our last and not least interviewee. Can you tell us how do you think the social media has affected the youth and some of the solutions that we can get?
I think the social media has affected the youth in that we really don't have time to see each other, and we just like communicate over text, over WhatsApp, or whatever. As in, like, we're not usually into seeing each other face to face like the way me and you are here right now, and it affects like relationships. Like, guys break up on social media, they make up on social media, they don't have time to go on dates, they don't, like the old-fashioned kind of thing. So I feel like people usually don't get to know each other really well because they're not together, as in like physically, they're just on the phone. So I think like relationships are not really meant well, and I also think that social media kind of corrupts our thinking, because when we see another couple posting, we also want to post, but maybe we're not really happy. So I think that it's usually just a platform to console ourselves or to just show off. So I think like it hasn't really helped us because most of the things are negative. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you very much. So, and that's it for us here at Daystar University for the Real Deal Show. My name is Sylvian Juma, reporting live for the Real Deal Show. Thank you.
It has been amazing bringing you the Real Deal Show. My name is Asbeta Adhiambo, and on to our hyperlocal reports. The winner of hyperlocal reporting is Sharon Wairimo. Thank you so much, Sharon, and we'll be contacting you on how to come for your reward. All who viewed, subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you so much. My name is Asbeta Adhiambo.